This next video is compound sentences. Simple sentences is the first video, and now it's compound sentences, the next level of difficulty. So sentence writing. Compound sentences. Compound sentences have two or more independent clauses. And remember, an independent clause is a group of words that makes a complete statement and has a subject and verb. So in a compound sentence, you'll have two sets of independent clauses. And so the first formula, remember we had SV, SSV, SVV, SSVV for simple sentence formulas. The first formula for compound sentences is I, comma, CI. Bob jumps, comma, and Sue falls. First, find the verb in the first clause to see if you have a compound sentence. Jumps. Who or what jumps? Bob. Bob jumps. And then in the second clause, you have Sue falls. Falls is your verb. Who or what falls? Sue falls. And so you have two independent clauses separated by a comma and a coordinating conjunction. The C stands for coordinating conjunction. There are 7 main coordinating conjunctions: for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. And if you spell them out with the first letter of each one, they spell out fanboys. The fanboys. The other compound sentence formula is I, semicolon I. And a lot of people use a semicolon incorrectly. Here's how you do it. Bob jumps, semicolon, Sue falls. If you look here, you can see that right here you have your semicolon. And up here you have a comma and a coordinating conjunction. Basically, all you do with an I, semicolon I, a compound sentence with a semicolon in the middle, is you take out the comma and the coordinating conjunction and you replace them with a semicolon. Bob jumps, semicolon, Sue falls. You have an independent clause here, subject and verb, and you have an independent clause here, subject and verb. But we don't write them SV, semicolon, SV, or SV, comma, C for coordinating conjunction, and SV. We write it more briefly as independent clause, so I, comma, CI, and I, semicolon, I. So those are the two compound sentence formulas that we're adding to our 4 simple sentence formulas. And now just to show you an example of the difference between a compound sentence and a sentence with compound subjects and verbs, take a look at this example. In a simple sentence, you have an SSVV. Notice the 2 S's are together and the 2 V's are together. You have the men and women met at the station and went to dinner, right? And if you look at that there, you have met at the station, went to dinner. Who or what met and went to dinner? The men and women. SSVV. The subjects are together and the verbs are together. Subjects are separated by and, the verbs are separated by and. But then in a compound sentence, it looks differently. It technically would go SS. Actually, it would go SV, comma, CSV. Because you have a verb here, met at the station. Who or what met at the station? Men met at the station. And then you have in the women went to dinner. Went is your verb. Who or what went to dinner? Women. And so it would be SV, comma, coordinating conjunction, C, SV. But we don't write it that way. We write it instead like this, I, comma, CI. And that's different from up here where you have the subjects together and the verbs together. So there's your compound sentences that we're adding on to our simple sentences. So now we have 6 sentence formulas: SV, SSV, SVV, SSVV, I, comma, CI, and I, semicolon, I. And that is your lesson about compound sentences. Here are some examples. You can mark the subjects and verbs, write the formulas, bring it in if you want me to take a look at it, and we can discuss those.